Good evening. We start with breaking news tonight out of Stillwater, where prisoners were on lockdown for hours today. Multiple police agencies were called in, officials saying a group of prisoners refused to return to their cells. Now, just within the last few minutes, we did learn that this situation has now ended peacefully. AJ Legault joining us right now. What officials what are they telling you right now, AJ?
Well, we can tell you the situation here at Stillwater has resolved. The prison was on lockdown for much of the day. Shortly after 8 a.m., we're told about 100 incarcerated men here at Stillwater. They were out in a commons area out of their cells for phone call privileges and shower time. And when it was time for them to go back to their cells, they refused. Now, to be really clear, this was not a riot situation or a hostage situation of any kind. You almost could call it a sit-in. The prisoners were playing cards and dominoes, sitting at a table in a commons area, and simply refused to get up and go back to their cells so the next group of 100 or so prisoners could come in. There did cause a large scene here outside of Stillwater. The SWAT teams were called in, but they all staged outside. They were not needed. Commissioner Paul Schnell, the Department of Corrections Commissioner, is briefing members of the press right now. I was able to listen in, and this is what he was telling us, is that it ended safely and ultimately only 2 men refused to go back to their cells, and the rest did so. We also spoke with a number of family members. People were coming out, they were hearing from their loved ones inside the prison, and out of an abundance of concern, were coming out here and staging, keeping an eye on what was going on, obviously very nervous. Here's what they had to tell us.
We cannot go back inside of that cell. They had us on lockdown for 2 days. They're not giving us access to water. We don't have anything to drink.
There's also no AC in the units, and they haven't been able to get showers when they're on lockdown. And this has been going on for 2 months, where they're having these constant lockdowns for staff shortages.
The DOC told us that any claims of prisoners not having clean water are, quote, patently false, but they did acknowledge that there is a very significant staffing shortage here at the prison, really across prisons, the entire correctional system in Minnesota, and that the prison was on a modified schedule because of the holiday weekend and the staffing issues, and that schedule provides a limited amount of time out of cells for showers, for phone use, for recreation, and clearly the prisoners were not very happy about that. Commissioner Schnell said they are actively negotiating with the union for the corrections officers. That's ongoing, and you probably can't see it, but behind me on the front of the prison there's actually a sign that says "We're hiring, apply today." Staffing shortages are a real problem. Factor it all in with the heat, and that's what you had going on out here today. At Stillwater, I'm AJ Legault. Back to you.
AJ, thank you. A lot going on there. We are hearing that lockdown will be lasting through tomorrow.